Good morning, guys. Welcome to FYI. A very good morning to each and everyone. It's Tuesday already, the fourth day of April. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I was in the belief yesterday because when we ended the program last week, it was the 31st day of April. And then when we started back, it was the 31st day of March. And then when we started back, it was already April 3rd. Can't believe it's the fourth already. And the month is racing by, guys. Chevron McDonald. Hope that you guys are great. Hope that you guys are well. It's just rushing. The time is just rushing by. It is really early, waiting for no one. This time we have it is really and truly waiting for no one. Finale Innes, we trust you great, and Chevron McDonald and all the other folks joining us. We trust that you guys are well today. Wherever life finds you, we trust us in a good, strong place. That is our hope for each and every one of you who are joining our broadcast and who join our broadcast consistently, and even the folks who are now coming. Very good morning to you, Dolly Anderson. Good to see you. Dolly always asks for tubers. Where are the tubers? Guys, we're happy. Those of you who are joining us on YouTube, we don't think we could ask for a better audience. So good morning, each and every one of you. Again, I see Rena Dolphin is here. Cummins, the whole Cummins clan is here this morning. Brendan Cook is here as well. Region 3, Rena Cummins, Eileen Griffith, Norton Innes. Good to have you all as one person, folks. Please remember, always remember, Vashti Magnot. Great to see you, Vashti. And I see all the Andrews here. Paul. Thanks for joining us, Paul. And I see Herman Boston. And Jet Collins is here as well, and Mavis Davis. Well, good to see you, folks. It's the fourth already. Believe it or not, it's the fourth already. Those folks who are joining us in some other places, and we want to encourage you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We done upload 2 videos there for the morning already. And we'll be posting more and more of our content to YouTube first, folks. Ensure those of you who are joining us right on YouTube, guys, ensure that you subscribe. It's important you click that subscribe button, and then you can take on the notifications from there. How you want to receive the notifications. But it's good to have each and every one of you as they on the live. Good to have you guys on the live today. Happy April. Happy April 4th, guys, and I'm with you. We're with you, going on down the line. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's growing. Our subscribers there growing. Thanks to all of you. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, folks, please, and thank you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you all are joining us from. Subscribe, share, smash that emoji button. Folks, you don't know what it does to us. When we see you share the content, it means something to us. Believe it or not, it means something to us. Vashti, I see you there, and Tommy Gibbs, Dave Collins, Chevron McDonald, Rohan Basantram, and all the other folks. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We got a lot of ground to cover. We have got a lot of ground to cover this morning. So why don't we get to it? This morning? Again, we encourage you guys to share the live, smash that emoji button. We share the live, exposing the truth. Share, expose, folks. That is what we encourage you guys to do this morning. Happy April 4th to all of you who are joining us. And we hope that you guys are going to go ahead, move forward, and have a great, big, fantastic day. We're covering some things, folks, in the morning papers. That is where we're starting. A couple of things we're going to bring in the morning papers. A couple, not plenty. A couple of things, folks, in the morning papers. Good to have each and every one of you, as I said, on the live. And we turn our attention, Ronald Prasad and Charles Humphrey, Shirley Juicy Tendry, Tommy Gibbs, and Merlin Sampson, and all the other folks. We are Wendell, Wayne, Lydia. Good to have you, Wayne, and Christian Smith. Great to have each and every one of you guys. Let us know how you guys are doing out there. I see we got 9 emojis there, but we got scores of people who are joining us live. I'm certain A couple of you can smash that emoji button and let us know how you're feeling this morning. Neri Thomas, good to have you here. And I see Sirhan Ramgroup is here too. Nicole Brandis Higgins is here. We got a couple of things we're going to be looking at on the morning papers. A couple of things, folks, we can be turning attention to in the morning papers, but it's great to have each and every one of you here, guys, wherever you all are joining us from. A couple of things we're going to be touching on in the morning papers this morning. I don't think we could ask the audience that we have in you folks. We can do it. Dolly and Orwell. Faye Ferdinand is here. Faye, see for a little while. I hope you're okay. All is well. Sushan Sudhari and Paula Dix, good to have you. Claire Alexis Chamley. And folks, don't wait. Let them know you're a big person. You look up and tell you do one thing over and over. Smash that emoji button. Share the live. Folks. Share the live. Dolly and Carol and all the other guys who are joining us. We really trust that you guys are great. Carol Hudson and all the other folks. GT Boy, Paul Hick. We trust that you guys are great this morning. Great. And even if you're not great, we trust that you are on your way. You're on your way to greatness. You are on your way to greatness. We can take that. One of the first things we touched on. Orvin don't share already. Oh, you have to be like Orvin, man. Right? Be like her. I wish we had bell close. I would ring it one time for Orvin. And be like Orvin. I see Karen Archie is here. Again, Faye Ferdinand. Faye, no trouble at all. We laugh every time. Missed you for a little bit, but we're happy you're here this morning. Vashti Magnot is here out of Canada. Waterloo, Canada. She's here. It means the hobby is here as well. Rupert, good to have you guys on. And Brian Schultz, great to have you. Pollyann and all the other guys. Where are you joining us from? Especially if you're joining us in the diaspora. Continue to have that flag flying high. Continue. We've surpassed 4,000 barrels per day of oil. 4,000 barrels per day. What does that mean for you? You know, especially if you're here in the 592, like, what does that mean for you? Right? I long stopped getting excited. I've long stopped getting excited. I hear discovery, 100,000 barrels per day, because my pocket ain't feeling nothing different. And I dare argue it's the same for a lot of Guyanese out there as well. A lot of Guyanese who are at home currently. You know, your life isn't any different than before we started, pumping oil, as we say. We pump it, we ain't feeling nothing. So what does that mean to us? 400,000 barrels of oil per day. It seemed to be a circle, the one circle. As I heard the mayor said last weekend at an event, I'll be talking with the mayor during the course of this week, why he has decided not to run again for local government, to contest as a councillor, and then perhaps ultimately to be appointed as mayor again. We can be talking with him. But he said there's a one circle. There's not one Guyana. There's a small circle of people getting the hug of everything. Clifton Smith, Claudette Clark, Doreen Beckles. It's a small circle. Faye Ferdinand is still waiting for the COVID money. Well, if you can't even get the COVID money, when is the oil money going to meet up to you? When is the oil money going to meet up to you? You're going to be crying early. When is the oil money meet up to you? It's going to take a little while. Folks, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. So when we see headlines like this, 400,000 barrels of oil per day. Long suck teeth. Can't do, so I'm going to say long suck teeth. Long suck teeth means nothing to us. Right? Means nothing to us personally. Nothing to us. And every time we start pumping oil, your bank account should be ching. Ching. Yeah. That's how your bank account should be sung every time. Them guys says, oh, we just pump another 400,000. Ching. Right? That's what we should be hearing. Cash transfer. Direct cash transfer. Ching. You're going to save his account, you see a nice 150, a little 200, a little 300, 400,000. Ching! 400,000 barrels of oil We ain't feeling the pumping. We're not feeling the pumping. Look at another headline we're tracking this morning, guys. Right? The ICJ is set to rule on Thursday on some preliminary arguments. Right? Some preliminary points that were made in this case concerning a border controversy with Venezuela. On Thursday, they are set to be giving their ruling. This is some preliminary issues, they tell us. Preliminary, from what we've gathered. Some preliminary issues they're going to be ruling on. Venezuela didn't even want to go to the case in the first place. They didn't even want to participate in the first, they're trying all kind of how. All kind of how. We were over the west side talking with those residents through Ville, and we can hear from some more of them this morning on our broadcast. We were talking with them, and some of them told us, very shortly, the west side, maybe you might go to Harbour Bridge, you might go over at Purica Stelling, not Purica, Purica Stelling inclusive, Ville Stelling, and you might see some signs. Welcome to New Venezuela. They're still taking over there. Folks in Region 3 joining us. Is that so? They said Venezuela taking over Region 3. Lionel Simon, Sabina Jacobs, Marilyn Lohman, they said taking over Region 3? Yep. And the point the residents were making is that they're facing the kind of harassment by the authorities that we're facing. That's what the guys are saying. They're not facing the kinds of harassment by the authorities that we're facing. Nope. And they said areas in which they are practically squatting there. In Region 3, they're getting light, they're getting water, they're getting a lot of hamburgers. So we have become now third-class citizens in our own country, not even second class. And I say that as no disrespect to our Venezuelan brothers and sisters. If we fall in hard time and we can help, let me help. There was once a time, you all know than I do, when we fell in hard times. As a matter of fact, some of us in the diaspora, because of that very fact, we fell in hard times. And we had to go make a better way for those who are coming behind us. A better way for your children, a better way for your family. Right? You have to go make a better way. And sometimes it wasn't even a hard time. You just refuse to live below what they see is your level of privilege. You refuse to live like that. I am amazed to see how nurses trained here can go to work in the diaspora and live by their own homes very early. My grandparents thought their lives. They built a house in their old age. In their old age, and weren't even able to enjoy it. My grandfather passed, and then my grandmother now is dealing with all kinds of medical challenges, weren't even able to enjoy it. You can go and work hard like people work hard here. They go in the diaspora, they work hard, and they to see very early the fruits of that. Right? So we've had to go places, take it. So again, this is not any swipe at our Venezuelan brothers and sisters who have found themselves on hard time. And I think it well for us culturally. You have this melting pot. I love to walk down Regent Street now, see all these complexions, hear all these accents. But we got to make some serious interventions where crime is concerned. And all the issues, all the social ills that may come with all of that. I like going to the sea walls and buying my sea papa. Right? They say that is the equivalent to cheese please or please cheese. Whichever is your preference, cheese please or please cheese. Right? But that piece of land there that is being claimed by Venezuela, and we got to watch to see if this could be part of a national policy in Venezuela. Send them. We got to invade by military force. If we invade by sociological forces, Right? We could be numbered here in a local government election because they tell us after a year you can apply for resident and all that and vote. And vote. So we got to watch all of those things. You see? But again, Margaret Belson, Mia Miller, and all the other folks, we don't invest as a country in studies. We don't like that. And we have a regime that don't like information at all. Right? Every other part of the world already have 4, 5, 6 studies. The impact of all these migrants here. We have already had several studies. You know? Already had that. It's just a small number of us here. As Guyanese, a small population. Venezuela big. Brazil big. Population-wise, big. So we can be outnumbered easily, outvoted in your own country. In our own country, in your own system. Right? Don Sullivan says they could form their own political party. That's right, Don. Right? June Cameron said we're there outside. We could really be outside of our own system. We could be right outside of our own system. But we're watching those things, folks. We're watching all of those. We're watching. Look at all the headline we follow, guys. Look at all the headline we follow. Right? You remember old Gravesani, that 7-month-old baby that unfortunately died at that daycare on the East Coast? Well, the police are saying that they are waiting the advice from the DPP on how to pursue, how to proceed. They are waiting the advice from the DPP. Yeah. Yep. Justice takes a long time in this country. A long time. A child goes to daycare, healthy, and doesn't come out the same way. Doesn't come out alive. Period. In no country in the world should life just go on. Life just go on. You send your child to a daycare, any daycare. The child doesn't come back. And life just gone on. Justice in this country takes a long time. They're waiting on directions from the Director of Public Prosecution. I saw a man, former policeman, who was wrongly imprisoned. He was detained for a long time and remanded for a long time, and then the matter was dismissed. And he's suing for wrongful imprisonment. I thought the matter was thrown out. You can have your freedom denied. Right? He sued the police force or the state afterwards. Matter was thrown out. You can, I don't think you should be able to live in a country. You have your freedom denied unlawfully. Your movements, your freedom denied unlawfully. Right? And this is necessary. And let go on. What happened to that time that you could have been spending with your family? What happened to that time you could have been spending in gainful employment? Life just go on. Life just go on. Right? Life just goes on. I think something is wrong with that. Justice in this country takes too long. Right? Billy Rameshwar. Billy says that the Venezuelans should need a visa to come to Guyana. But I think with the kind of porous borders that we got with Venezuela, that might work. I don't think with the porous borders you got, that might work too well. People shouldn't be able to transgress and trespass your rights. And life just go on. Right? Who cares about that? This is Guyana. Life just goes on. Yeah, so they're waiting, the police waiting for directions from the Director of Public Prosecutions on how to proceed with the matter, the death of baby Uriah Gravesandi. You know, thoughts and prayers go out to her parents. Last week time they were laying her to rest, 1 week ago, last week Tuesday. laying a 7-month-old baby to rest. Yeah. That's a very, very sad story. Tremendously sad story. Look what else is following, folks. Headlines in the morning papers. Headlines. This is a letter writer. A letter writer wants to know whatever happened to this promise by the PPP to be transparent, honest as a government. To be transparent and honest as a government. Here a part of the letter says, right? The header for the letter, the PPP promised to be an open, transparent, honest, and accountable government. That was the promise. How's it going? How's it going for us? Right. The letter writer starts, thank you for your front page report and commentary, April 2nd, right, on the audit of Exxon's claimed expenditures. The shocking part of the revelation is not the 214 million US disputed expenses, right, out of 1.6 billion claimed by Exxon, but the availability of the audit itself for public perusal and the extensive attempts to hid it from the nation. I ain't gotta go for it. Because this letter writer, I've given us everything there. The letter writer says, this attempt, Ashley Clark, to hide the audit from the nation. The last administration, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't have to fight for the audit. The last administration did the audit. Did the audit without having to have any undue pressure. Did the audit. Right? The audit came when these folks went into power there. And they had all the right to release the audit. But remember, I told you, they like transparency. They don't like accountability. And they don't seem to have a penchant for good governance. They talk about these things. They can talk, but walk in the walk. Fight now with them and the media, the Guyana Media Association. Right? Look at the fight with them. They want to treat the journalists anyhow. They want to treat our journalists anyhow. And when the journalists push back, right, they don't fight them. Oh, but let press freedom day come. Oh, they can hear all the glowing things. Oh, we're so welcoming to the press. Oh, we hold press conferences. Whatever happened to cabinet briefings, post-cabinet briefings? They promise they can bring them back too. Just because they promise to be transparent and open as a government. Whatever happened to that? Right? So the letter writer says here, the letter writer says, again, are you going further than this? First line. Right? First line. Why the extensive attempt to hide it from the nation? The auditors flagged $214 million US from this 1.67 billion spending by Exxon. We have to pay back. We have to pay back. Your children and mine will be saddled that debt to pay back. And the government, I'm certain some of you vote for in the report, those of you who support the PPP, and support them if you want to. That's not a problem. But you have to hold them accountable. If there was see, whole day y'all on social media abusing them. Check them out. You got to hold the people you support accountable. Hold them accountable for that. 215 million US dollars is not cents, you know. Even cents is still plenty money. 240 million US. Questionable expenses. And the government hiding the report. The government still has not released the report publicly. Somebody had to leak the report. Leak the report. Well, so much the folks who promised to be transparent. So much for them. Promise to be transparent, among other things. Yeah. How is that going for us? How is that going for us? The promise to be transparent. How is that going for us? Inquiring minds. Inquiring minds, but how is that going for us? How is it going? Folks, let's turn our attention to some of the things that are brewing internationally. We're going to go back to the region, and then we finish up in the 592. We're just going to finish up, guys, in the 592. Things that are brewing internationally. We can touch on some things that are brewing in the region. We can touch on some things that are brewing in the 592. Right? Big day today. Folks, it's never too early. I want you all to know that. It is never too late. Never too late. Look story here now. Right? Look story here now. What you have to tell me? What you have to tell us? Apo Weng Ad. That's the name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Apo Weng Ad. Philippines woman who is 106, tattoo artist, is on the cover of Vogue. I'm telling you, right? 106 years old. Let me take stress with y'all. Philippines. She lives in the Philippines, and on the Vogue cover for April, right? Miss Apo Weng Ad. The cover at 106. Some of you are barely 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. You don't sign off life. You retire, right? And you watching for the final curtain. The lady's 106, Eva Pamela Dover, and has laid the cover of Vogue, living her best life. I love that. I love that tenacity. I love the grit. I ain't gonna let nothing keep me down. Yet no stopping me now. I love that kind of tenacity. Living your best life. 106. Vogue, if I'm not mistaken, is like the world premiere fashion trends and so magazine. When you land on the cover of Vogue, you make it. It's like landing on the cover of Times magazine. As a fashionista, fashion person. Out front parts. Maybe in this chocolate couple mornings, you're ready for the on life. There's 106 at a fighting. Tattoo art at 106, you know. We got a 10-year plan, a 50, a 20-year plan watching in front of her. We give up too early. Some of us, you know, you might not have finished school at some level. And you say, I'm too old for that. You better behave yourself. You better behave yourself. I'm sure Mikey says good morning. You better behave yourself. You better behave yourself. Apo, A-P-O, that's her name. W-H-A-N-G-O-D hyphen O-D. Apo Weng Ad. 106. Vogue's Philippines has revealed that Apo Weng Ad as the cover star of the April issue, a move that makes the 106-year-old tattoo artist from the Philippines the oldest person to ever appear on the front of Vogue. Right? Weng Ad, also known as Maria Oge, has been perfecting the art of hand tapping tattoo since she was a teen, learning under her father's instruction. Take a look. 106. And still going, still kicking. I love it. I love it. Look at us, we're following, folks. But look, story here. Folks, mysteries of life never real. Scientists have found for the very first time a fish in the depths of the depths of the depths of the deep. Right? They call it the world's deepest fish. The world's deepest fish. I have to think about that long and hard. The world's deepest fish was caught on camera for the first time by scientists. You see how far? 27,000 feet below the surface. 27,000. Right? That's 1,000 with a tau, with a capital tau. 27,000 feet. I'm fascinated by this. They say this is about 8,300 meters below the surface. 8,300 meters below the surface. They found this fish living, right? 8,300 meters, right? And this is in an area called Igaswaru in Japan. 8,000 meters below the surface, right? Or 27,000 feet. And the fish is about 12 inches long, right? Do you know the pressures of that water at that depth? 27,000 feet. And the fish is swimming by, easy breezy. Right? You know what? You know how you pull from that? Whatever circumstance you find yourself in, right? The fish are frightened, you know. It's just going about in business despite the circumstances around. It's the first animal they have found. Right? Naomi Drucker says, "Oh no, I wish I could live 27,000 feet below the surface." He fed up on the PPP. We can send them down. We ain't going down, Naomi. We can send them down 27,000 feet. Or on that new planet that they said they're getting those coherent radio signals from. We sending them. They're running we. Sending them 27,000 feet. Yep. The world's deepest fish. Deepest. 27,000 feet. You try with that. Yep. Big day or not? Big day in New York. As you should know, big day in New York. The arraignment of Trump and our very own back channel specialist, Professor Ali told us yesterday, this is going to go somewhere to tell us between 3 o'clock, between 1 and 3 o'clock, 2 and 3 o'clock, 2:15. Trump is expected to appear in court in New York. Folks, I saw a very frenzied scene outside of Trump Towers. Right? Outside of Trump Towers. I saw a very frenzied scene there. So things look like they're building. Things look like they're building there. You know, one of my, what do you call it? One of my hobbies, right? I like to jog. I like to speed walk. I like to run. I like, every time I visit somewhere new, I must find a space there to run. And that's one of the things that I like doing. So I ran in Central Park. The first time I ran in Central Park, I realized that Trump Towers is just off Central Park there in Manhattan. Central Park is about six miles around. A distance, but Trump Tower is just off of Central Park there in Manhattan. Big Trump Towers watching you. And I look out there through those cameras. It's a frenzied scene. Blocks have been cordoned off. There are Trump Towers. Trump is excited. You know, this man is a circus wherever he goes. The cameras can't seem to get enough. You know, I think he's loving it too. I think he's loving it. I think he's loving every inch of it. They said he raised about $10 million since the news break that he was going to be indicted. He raised about $10 million. And lots of Republicans, I saw somebody reporting that the getting little ambassador seem to have fallen in line, because apparently he's more popular now than ever among Republicans. So those like DeSantis and so on that are acting up, acting crazy. DeSantis, I can't figure him out, you know. If you know who he is, don't worry about that. don't worry about that. He's acting up a little bit. He's falling in line now. Like he's falling in line now. So we're going to look to see what happens throughout the rest of the day as concerns the arraignment of former U.S. President Donald Trump. Donald Trump, how did Pompeo saying this morning? Among the problems Pompeo heap on us. And Trump, anybody out there crying over Trump? Oh God, he get ran, he mugshot. Anybody out there crying over Trump? Happy for y'all. I'm happy for y'all. What's happening with Virgin Atlantic? Mia Miller? What's happening? Virgin Atlantic. They said there's an outage of Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Media. Virgin Media there in UK. See, the outage started early this morning. You know, I think it's internet outage. And then in New York, well, in the US, let me say, in the US, Virgin Orbit, that's Richard Branson's company that does space exploration. Virgin Orbit filed for bankruptcy. They were unable to get some funding, badly needed funding, ended up laying off a whole host of workers. And today, North America, Virgin Orbit filed for bankruptcy. And then we see in the UK, Virgin Media had this mass blackout, throwing a lot of its clients and customers into turmoil and being able to access their service. What's happening there, Richard Branson? Right? What's happening there? Right? We hope it gets better. We hope it gets better. Thousands is there without broadband. We hope it gets better. Right? Not a good day for the Branson company there, Virgin. Right? Australia. How many of you guys on TikTok? TikTok. How many of you on TikTok? Folks, find us. Find me, Sherry Duncan. Find me at Credible Sources. Make sure you're locked in there too. On TikTok. Well, lots and lots of countries, governments have been banning TikTok on their devices. Right? They said they frightened TikTok as a Chinese company. They're spying. That's what's happening for most people. They're spying. TikTok. Yeah. Same TikTok. So Australia has become the latest country, guys, to ban TikTok. Yeah, just another one. As you know, the CEO of TikTok appeared before Congress, a Congress hearing, I think it was last week. Right? Give all assurances, they ain't spying on nobody. Right? And the Americans were very concerned their data is being stored, and I had that assurance that, you know, it's being stored in American soil and managed by American employees. Yeah? Let's take a peek, folks. What's happening around the region? TikTok for you. TikTok. All right? Having a look at that. The region, folks, regionally, love to see when our Caribbean people go out there and doing well. Right? Right? Is it Sasabini? Some of these names trick me up. I thought it was good at pronouncing names, having been a teacher for a little bit. But some of them, I'm kind of tripped up over. And this is one. This Caribbean franchise is going to be making an appearance in New Jersey. Our peeps in New Jersey, you can try them out and see. They said this franchise is coming to a spot in New Jersey, folks. That's what they're telling us. We're happy for them. As we said, when our Caribbean people are out there and they're doing well, we're happy for them. Right? They said the restaurant has just gotten approval for construction in Marlton, New Jersey, located in Meeting House Square. located in Meeting House Square, this Caribbean franchise. And one of the things, yeah, we know is Caribbean, right? One of the things they're saying is, I hope you're ready to enjoy your curried meats, your dirty rice, your cabbage, plantains, your jerk chicken, and oxtail. Right? They said Jamaican Caribbean food always hits differently. So if you all go down there and you test out this Caribbean franchise, this Caribbean company, this Caribbean tree, let us know how it goes. Let us know how it goes. Let us know how it claps. You know, that's what the young people say now. My son and I think I told you guys this already. We were eating somewhere in South Carolina, right? And I said the food tastes good. So he said, my 13-year-old son back at me, he said, Daddy, we don't say it tastes nice here. We said slap. Yeah, you'll try that. So you tell us if the food slapping there, folks, right? Tell us if the food at Sasa, right? If the food slapping, please. Maybe get a chance to taste it for ourselves soon. Tell us how the curried meats, the dirty rice, the cabbage, the plantains, the jerk chicken. Right. Tell us how it's hitting, if it hit differently, if it's slapping. Do let us know, folks. Do let us know. Gwyneth Anderson, good to have you in the live. Mia Miller, out front parts, Chipper, Nian Harding, good to have you guys in the live. Get out. Great to have you in the live wherever you're joining this morning. Great to see each and every one of you. Chisel Chipper, thanks for that contribution. Thank you for that contribution, Chisel Chipper. Grateful for the contribution. Folks can contribute to our program financially live on Twitter in particular. In the comment section, there's a dollar sign, especially those of you in the diaspora. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's one of the things we are following at that end, folks. Look what else criminal-wise we're following. Is this Mexico? Yeah, Mexico. Had an earthquake recently. Thankfully, there's no major damage or injuries reported. A 5.3 magnitude earthquake, and we are grateful. Right? The report said no major damages or injuries as a result of this 5.3 magnitude earthquake. We're grateful for that. That's Mexico. Brazil. I hope we don't get like the PPP. I hope so. One of the persons in Brazil who has been recognized as having a major role in their anti-slavery movement, belonged to a royal lineage which once ruled Brazil way back when. Now it's being reported that the new government there in Brazil abolished a human rights medal that had the name of a former a person who was recognized as being part of that anti-slavery movement. And this medal was put in place, this human rights medal, or human rights award, human rights medal, was put in place by the last administration of Jair Bolsonaro. Right? But they have now replaced a black writer, an abolitionist, who they're saying is more fitting. The medal is now being named after Luis Gama, who they say was the leader of a movement to abolish slavery in Brazil in the 19th century. Right? Luis Gama. Right? And replacing, they're making this right-wing abolitionist, putting that name on this human rights medal. They're saying that when slavery was finally abolished in Brazil in 1888, Brazil was a monarchy ruled by the Bragança family of Portuguese origin. But the monarch was ill, so the daughter Isabel had signed the abolition decree. And so Jair Bolsonaro had named this this human rights award, this human rights medal, after her as the Isabel Human Rights Award, something to that nature. Right? Now Lula commented opposite after that. He said, this person here, this black writer and abolitionist, is more fitting because of the crusade against slavery. Right? Lula's gone. So that's happening in Brazil. I hope they don't just end up tearing down stuff for the sake of tearing it down. Right? Because was Bolsonaro inspired. Right? You need continuity. And if we know that personally from these folks that we deal with, we know that personally and firsthand from these folks that we deal with. Listen, personally and firsthand. I think switch places now to see what's happening in the 592. Switching paces. Couple of things happening in the 592. As I told you earlier on, administration don't like criticism, and they don't deal with that too nice at all. And so they've been out there since Nazima Gobert, the head of the Guyana Press Association, gave some comments to Kaitrin News over the weekend about that press conference, hurriedly provided last week, in which they treat the journalists with such scant disregard and had their supporters heckling, and the journalists said they felt unfair, and they expressed that. Right? The government and Kwame McCarthy seem to like that, so they come out swinging. Oh, the journalists too tender, and oh, they want fancy treatment. And if the residents didn't complain, why they complain about the tent and the heat and the all manner of things? Why are they complaining? This is a new agile and nimble way the people will be operating, and they should learn to appreciate that and get on board. You see, when Press Freedom Day come, it's not Press Freedom Day. They say a different tune, you know. We value our journalists. These hypocrites. We value our journalists. These hypocrites. That's the direction in which they'll be going in. Over the weekend in Rheinveld, Riverview, Rheinveld, man was robbed at his shop. Folks, the bandits moving with such impunity now. Rope still making sense? I don't even think he cares. Making too much sense. The bandits moving about this country, moving about Region 4, moving about the national capital city in Region 4, with such impunity. It used to be, dark night time you're frightened. Now, anytime them boys function, this feels so much, like the 2000s. When Jack, it feels so much like that era. Them boys moving with impunity. And this particular gentleman shop vendor, Riverview Rumville, was shot in the process of being robbed of his cash and other belongings. Was shot. Right? Them boys come and just moving, sauntering criminals, uninhibited by security force, uninhibited, just moving. Let's go along. Just like the normal. Right? Thankfully, the police in Region 6, see, they're doing a little work. Had quite a haul recently. They're telling us 23 persons arrested at drugs, cash, and other things were seized in an operation there. Did I get it right in terms of the region? Right? They said, and this is at, they're telling us that Wim Police Station District, intelligence-led operation stemming from Wim Police Station resulted in the arrest of 23 adults between the age of 21 and 74, and the discovery of 54 ecstasy pills. Nice time. 54 ecstasy pills, 1,110 grams of cannabis sativa, and a large quantity of local and foreign currency. large quantity of local and foreign quantity of local and foreign currency, sorry. Yep, they said that according to the police force, acting on information received, the police went to rural Hall Town where they searched the southwestern side bedroom of a two-story structure, found 54 SSC pills, right? SSC tablets, a quantity of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis sativa, and an amount of cash in the presence of Nicholas Samaru and Sita Motain, side hustle. They were some of the folks occupying that house. Nicholas Samaru and Sita Motain, side hustle, cannabis, SSC pills. You think that's personal use? 54 SSC pills? Huh? I'm just asking, you think that's a personal use? Cannabis sativa, seeds and leaves and farmers, huh? I guess this. So I was saying, oh, the thought was hemp. The thought was hemp. You know, the thought was hemp. They want to be true to if an analyst call for hemp farmers. Torhin Dorga. I wonder about some people. Right? Torhin says the PP nice. The good for the economy. Was and is I haven't been kept up to speed with Alici's rice, but when Alici's rice, the fallen background and hard times under the PPP, pre-2015, he pledged support to APNU AFC. Now we come out swinging. The PP is an all-inclusive party, best for the economy. You know, when PP didn't give him 5 cents about his company, right, and all the complaints he had for the economy under the PPP, he was singing a different tune. A different tune he was singing it. People say all kinds of things now. Forced to say all kinds of things just to survive. Right? But it is very sad that some people don't have more testicular fortitude, right? To set the courage of the convictions. You run out for PPP, you run over, and then you run back. Suddenly you realize the PPP, or inclusive party, best for the economy. He was taking a swipe at Bork and Ugunse. Oh, PPP is not racial. They're going to renegotiate the contract, right? Be patient. I thought the PP has said definitively they're not renegotiating the 2016 production agreement, but like the little age catch up with it. He begged, but like he dotish. So you run out, you run in back. I despise people like that, right? They don't know if they want to be involved in business, they want to be politicians, they want to be both. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. So someone said, you know, he's singing feedback for Ibrahim Bad. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Oh, there's an all-inclusive party, best for the economy. Good for you. I think we live in 2 different economies. 2 different economies. 2 different economies. We got to be living in 2 different economies. 2 different, very, very different. Much different. Much different, I dare say. 2 very, very much different economy. Right? Much different. Much different. That being said, folks, I despise people like that. I haven't known against personally. I don't know him too well. Right? But I've seen him out there fighting about. Maybe there's some damage to their business. Right? And he came over to the AFC crying the same way. Right? Crying the same way. The PP economy didn't suit them. But now they're back in power. You see, folks, they say politics makes some strange bedfellows. Politics makes some strange bedfellows. You know, since Mohammed Senior, Shell Mohammed says he's running for local government. I saw a letter appearing in the dailies requiring of Shell Mohammed to be transparent about his business dealings. Transparent about his business dealings. And I saw somebody writing back on their behalf saying that, you know, this letter writer is asking for transparency, but the letter writer didn't even bother to sign the letter or the newspaper, the Starbuck News. Withhold the name, withheld the name. Right? The only fact is that that person ain't running for nothing. But when you step up, people don't understand that, you know. People want to be involved in politics and they want to be non-transparent. And I'm not saying that Shell is that way, but like this government, they want to be transparent. They want to provide good governance. Right? They want to be accountable. They like the idea of it. They like the talk of it, but the practice. So this letter writer was saying, Mohammed needs to be transparent in his business dealings. And another letter writer fired off today. Another letter writer fired off today. Apologies there. Another letter writer fired off today. How is Shell able to declare his candidacy and the BP said not yet? All of this comes in politics, right? I see some people asking if we can see his tax returns and, you know, contracts and contracts with the government. People in the commission here, right? Just on the internet went, just like that. Right? How is Shell able to declare his candidacy and the people say nothing? This is a letter, newspapers. Right? When you're in politics and you're out front, you know. You're out front. And again, name and address provided, but the newspaper didn't print it. Given that the People's Progressive Party, that's what is in Starbuck News, given that the People's Progressive Party has not submitted nominations nor named any candidate for local government elections to date, it would seem that the question asked by Nazir Shah Mohammed, by ways of a missive, he wrote to the media, wrote to the press, wrote to the papers, are premature. Premature. That's what the letter writer says. The question that should be asked then is, how is Mohammed able to self-declare his candidacy without any official word from the PPP's General Secretary or other party spokesperson? Right? And the letter writer ends by saying, early April Fool's prank or a case where the golden rules apply. Right? He who has the goal makes the rules. The golden rule applies. Right? It's either April Fool's prank or is the golden rule, which in this letter writer's estimation is he who has the goal makes the rules. Yeah, but this happens when you get involved in politics. Running for local government, that's politics. Right? You might not like it, but all of this comes with the territory. All of it comes with the territory. Yeah. And ultimately, this story about this woman who was heading back to Canada, who her nephew dropped at the airport, but never made it back to Canada, tax brought her back to the city. Right? The authorities saying that the taxi were lying because apparently the taxi driver told the police that he never dropped her to a hotel. He dropped her in Diamond from Pegasus. He dropped her in Diamond, and detectives investigating the murder of 68-year-old Roma Ducaran have discovered that the taxi driver attached to the Pegasus Hotel lied to them when he said he dropped Roma at Diamond 2 days before her body was found on the Leguan seashore. Driver was released from police custody, but he had to report periodically there. Investigators found that the taxi driver lied when he was unable to point out the location in Diamond where he dropped Ducaran. Right? According to the information we have, the information says that apparently they have footage, surveillance footage, revealed that at no time was Ducaran into Diamond. Rather, she was dropped off at an East Bank hotel. So why is the driver lying? Couldn't point out where the body was. Couldn't point out. Why is he lying? Surveillance showed she was dropped at a hotel on the East Bank, not in Diamond. Yep. Henry said maybe he's scared. Pamela Dover says set up. Why is he not telling the truth? Folks, we're following this issue. At Ville on the west side. A nosy neighbor. A nosy neighbor in Ville causing a lot of problems. Right? It seems as though people pulling any strings they got. They're like you, Lado. They got an influence. They got the ear of somebody in this administration. They're coming after you. But one thing that struck us, looking at this story in Ville on the west side, is that everybody in this community are like this woman. If everybody around me, you're the only person might want to check that. Right? Nobody in this community in Ville seem to get along with this one citizen. Because like it's Warway or the highway, we're part of it on our broadcast line. Some other residents spoke out as well about the situation concerning business that operates here in Ville. Apparently, this citizen went and reported when the installed regime had that outreach at Lenora. Went and reported there that we have a latrine. The latrine causing problems. It's a messy situation there. But apparently, that wasn't very accurate at all. Folks, friends, family, and favorites. Right? You're one of those. One of them again, your problems. Friends, family, and favorites. Here's that story concerning that business. The woman, the informant, and the residents at Ville. Take a look, take a listen.
Two days ago, the president and his team were at the Leonora track and field, where he was meeting members of the public. And the resident who lives near to this business place reported to the president that a latrine was built with the adjoining the business spot, and the latrine would be of health hazard to the community. Thus, an order was given. I don't know by whom, it was the president, but the police came with workmen to dismantle what was called a toilet. So what was called a latrine. But it's not a latrine. It's a complete toilet system with a septic tank, which don't allow any outflow. Everything remains in the tank to be emptied by one of these companies, either Sivon or Puran, when it's full. You have a separate section for female and one for male. And everything is up to date. It's tiled, the roof is covered, not only with the zinc sheets, but it's covered with what you call that thing on your PVC ceiling. It's a proper and convenient place. And I could tell you this, there are many homes right on this west coast of Demerara that doesn't have that kind of facility. But because of the report the president got, it was the police came to break down. And the residents are pleased about that. The problem is not so much what the order the president gave, but it's the person who went and lied to the president that it's a latrine. Possibly the person only had a latrine mentality, I don't know. But that is what caused the entire issue. But the police came the second day and they were shown the facility that is prepared for patrons to the business and other persons in the community to use. The deputy commander was here and inspected what went on. And after he saw that it's not a latrine and it's a proper toilet system, the police left.
So they started to dismantle the system
because they took off the roof. Mm-hmm. They took off the roof, they took off the zinc sheets from the roof, and they have holes on the eastern side of the situation. They have holes in the wall that they use as sledgehammer. But because of the residents standing up for what is right, the police did not dismantle anything. So here we are today.
What do you think is the motive of the resident who made the complaint?
Oh, that resident is destructive not only to this facility here, but to the entire community where she lives. She isn't in good or proper relationship, not even with her relatives who live next door, or uncles, children. She's not getting along with them. Nobody. So she isn't somebody.
And is she living close to the facility?
Yeah, she's living about 75 yards from the 75 yards northwest of the facility.
I know that this is a business in Stroudsville, and a lot of the residents seem to be concerned with the toilet here being dismantled. Why is it so important for the community to stand up?
Because we are located not too far from a cemetery where people would, the two cemeteries here, where people would use, and in the event of rain or a burial going on, they could come and use this facility. Yes. Which is so convenient, not only for male, because you know sometimes a male toilet is a male toilet is an open thing where only male can go. This thing is secluded in that there is a different area for female from male. So it's very convenient, not only for patrons to the business, but residents in the area.
Do you think the matter has ended there? You said the police force hierarchy here came and saw, and they've left the matter alone. Is that the end of it?
I cannot say yes. We'd have to wait and see, because maybe some other thing might be said. Because not for calling of names, but from circumstances, it seems as though the reporter has some affiliation in the hierarchy. I cannot say if it's political, if it's the legal people, if it's the law enforcement people, but it seems as though she has some sort of, she's getting some out from someplace.
What do you guys want to see as a community become of this whole issue?
We want to see it remain where it is, because it's convenient, it's open for people to be used. We like to see it remain. It's clean.
It's clean. Look at it. You go and examine it, sir.
You know, so we like to see it remain. And we're not promising, but we will do all that we can for the people in charge, whether political, whether police or who, to have a look at it and to observe that report that was given to the president is false. And I hope that there is somewhere in our law that the person who gave that report to the president can be prosecuted. I don't know. The legal people might need to look at that.
Well, first, I must say this resident is related to me by my father's side, supposed to be my cousin, but she has never shown me her face as a cousin. She always but showed on course. She even encouraged my father, will leave me and my brother, sister, my mom for 20 odd years to put us on the road. I have 3 kids. She torments me. The whole environment, the whole community, she torments. She don't like to see nobody do anything but positive or to elevate themselves. She always picking trouble. She's a mischievous woman. She's very wicked. And this need to stop because it's not something nice. One woman in the whole community causing a havoc with something that is for a benefit for everybody. That is not, I don't see that's not right. I feel this is very unfair. Very unfair. Because it's not just the business place she's be doing these things. So people in the community, they always have an issue with everything people do. I had my son out there 2 times to make it break down. 2 times. I have 3 kids. I have to maintain my kids. This is where I'm working. I'm working here. This person that have this facility here came back from the States and gave him back to the community. And I don't feel there's nothing wrong or bad. This is a good deed because the same person that is causing all this havoc, she was away for so many years and she come back to the community doing nothing for the community. Nothing she has done. Not even call the kids for even a sweetie. And the same person, 2 persons that own this place here, would normally every Christmas keep Christmas party, give back to the kids, the community. You know, do things, even about bus shed. As a bus shed is very good because everybody, when rain falls, they have nowhere to go. To shelter from the rain or the sun, they will have to run wherever. If they don't have them to get wet. You do so many things. So this is not nice. And the camera right now, I have a camera straight in my yard, no privacy. No privacy. This woman put a camera in my yard. I can't even get to bed. My kids can't even walk in the yard with no privacy. None privacy at all. And that is invading people's privacy. I've never seen something like this. Why is this woman so getting all of this power from? I don't know, but we need justice because this is not nice. It's not just strangers. I'm a bird from my father's side. I haven't done this woman anything. I grew up without my father, and she was never here for the years. She came back and haven't done anything for this community or even me as a family or my kids. And she always throwing down at me, course, and all these things.
She was overseas or she was outside the community?
She was overseas for many years doing nursing. Came back. And I know what is it? What is it? Nobody have done this woman anything. She need to stop this. I don't see what's the matter. This is not something I'm bugging anybody. It's not a latrine. It's with a septic tank. Anybody could benefit from it. Anybody, any race, anybody. I don't see something wrong with that.
My concern regarding this whole issue is that I'm a pastor.
and I live in this community just across the road, Sierra Lodge. And for many years, I've been planning my trade out here, going overseas, coming back, bringing clothing. I give to needy people, and I also do business. I serve. But when this woman came and saw me out here, I don't know what's the problem, but she would curse and I would never answer her, right? So then Mr. Sampson came from overseas, he and his brother, and they started erected this place. They did this facility, and suddenly, I don't know, like I believe that something is wrong up here with that woman, like she's mad or something, because this is a good venture. When people have been buried here, people can come, people can use it. It is open for anybody. And I don't know, she stated, I heard her with my ears, that she is a PPP member. And so she would see that this place move, even the color bother her. When she see green, I don't know what happened. She don't like to see green. And she said until the last drop of blood out of her body, she would see this green building removed from here. And I think that, you know, it is very, very, oh God, I don't know what to say right now. I'm confused because I've never seen such a thing like this. To see our own people fighting, you know, each other. They're not fighting. They're doing the best for this community. They've employed people from this community. The waitress that they're having, the waiters here, they're from the community. And they're having other workers from this community, and they're doing a very good job. They've erected that bus shed. When the bus shed started to be in erection, that woman went to the village office. They came, they put a halt on the bus shed, preventing the bus shed from moving forward to finish. And Mr. Sampson had to be running here and there and going to get the okay for the bus shed. Now, this is a beautiful bus shed that will, you know, facilitate even the children at Eiffel School. Because when the regional chairman came, he cut the ribbon for that bus shed, and he applauded the two Sampson's brother for erecting such a beautiful bus shed. And the bus shed, we're having glass around. I believe this is the best bus shed in the country. And so I want to commend them for coming back. I myself came back from Barbados. I could have been living there, but I came back and doing stuff and selling, and I'm doing stuff even for the community. If anybody come and they want to address pans, whatever, I will give them free. So right now we're confused and we want this thing to be stopped. We want this thing to you know, come to a halt. It is too much for us. And I'm glad that you're here today to listen to our concerns. And I hope and I pray that action will be taken to cause a halt to this whole situation.
I married and come and live in this community. And for the while I come and live here, I enjoy being around community. But what I see going on with these people around here, crying out for justice concerning the business and work wherever they build, only one people causing the havoc here. One person alone causing this havoc. They ask the community, they agree with everything that's going on here. Because this toilet here, what Ville here, this toilet built for the community. If anybody go to the bush, they could use the toilet. Funeral, they could use the toilet, as the gentleman said, right? And there I stand here and I watching that this pastor had a stand out there. When the guys, they come and they break in the stand. And she had lion she stand and beg them not to break her stand. You understand? That's not right. The police come here, they stand here to watch. They say they come, some guys climb on the building, lose this whole building down. I stand here, I water run from my eyes. The guy says, money this man come here and he got to spend to build this building. And before they give him time, if they give him time to lose, if they wanted to come down, lose that damaging all his zinc and all these things here, because money spent, they should give him time. That's all I have to say. And if something good should come out of it, I'm glad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Success breeds enemies, folks. Just remember that. Success breeds enemies. Joel Ward and Maureen Williams. Yeah, success breeds a lot of enemies. Comes with the territory. That particular people there in Ville seems to be something else. seems to be something else. I see the comments. I won't add anything else. I think you all have fully unpacked this. In the comments, you have to fully unpack this. I'm not going to add anything else to that. You know, not a word, not a line. Let us know, guys, if you get a story for us, do let us know. You have a story for me? Maybe come and see how you're doing by you all. 627-6963. 627-6963. Let us know if you got a story for us, folks, and help us to keep going. Yeah, we know you all like story. Help us to keep going as well. We know how much you all like story. You all like bacchanal, as the trainers say. You like bacchanal. We will, folks, via Cash App and Zelle and PayPal. Partner with us. Partner with us. We are available again by Cash App and PayPal, Zelle, MG, MoneyGram, Western Union as well. We don't say it in a braggadocious way. It's just for your convenience, folks. Please, please, please. So many expenses to keep these programs going. So please, we thank you for your love, your support, and we thank you for your generosity. That's how you can help us. Share the damn live before you guys run off. Smash that emoji button, good folks, and let's have a go at it. Let's have a go at it. That's me time. That's me time for today. And that's our program. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe out there. That's our time, and that's our program. David Wood, Kevin Harris, Faye Ferdinand, Pamela Dover, Ayabo, Natasha Congress, we see you as well. Samantha Samuels, Joel Ward, I see Neon is there, Faye Ferdinand, Maxine Monroe, all the other folks join us. So good to see you guys. So great to see each and every one of you. Shady Light, Wendell Saul, and Gilali Cock, Anna Cummins, Mia Miller. Respect and manners, Mia. Stay safe. Elderly Gilbert, Jolly and Pamela Dover. Stay safe all the time. That's our program.